Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I got another tutorial for you. We are creating this bright, fun, colorful look. If you want to see how I created this look, make sure to keep watching. I already started the look of the day. It's super easy. We're using Makeup Revolution, the Lion King collection. I Walk on the Wild Side shadow palette. It's this really gorgeous pinks and orange palette that's super duper beautiful. I started by using this really thin brush here. Applied the shade Roar first. I did that as the dark lining, and then right above that I brightened up that pink a little bit with the shade Wild Side, which is this bright pink in the middle, and went right above that. That's some pop. And then to have it blend out with the pink, I went in with the shade The Jungle. So I just used ColourPop E1 brush, and I just went in and added some of the light pink and then her out. And I also had it blend up here a little bit, so that way it didn't just stop. I also had it go on my eyebrow a little bit, which I typically don't do, but since I did a really high eye look today, I thought it would be cool to have it blended into the brow. And then the bottom portion of the eye is the next part. I started out with the shade Circle of Life. Tapped that in with this LaRousse tapered blending brush. At this point, I don't have any glitter in my eye. I also kind of circled this a little bit. I kind of mapped out where I wanted the glitter to go ahead of time by mapping it out with the shadow. And then I went into this bright orange shade Pride Lands and tapped that in the middle. And once again, I did like a swirl right here. This is exactly where I put the orange, and I tapped it on there to get as much pigment and color as possible. The next orange I use is Summery, and I put that here and have it come out and up here. But when I did that, it was the same color as this orange. So I also added the shade War, which is this dark pink, and I just had it rubbed in my brush and then tapped it on, because if I rubbed it on, then the pink would come off. So I tapped it on, and it helped to create this darker orange, which is different from the middle orange, which I really like. And yeah, you can't even tell that there's pink on the eye right here. It just helped deepen up that orange, which is what I wanted. To blend this out down here, I went in with the shade Circle of Life that we used at the beginning here, and just had that blend downward. And so that's the eye look itself, like the eyeshadow look itself. I used this glittery shade from Nice Face, so this is in the shade 4. It's this really pretty gold shade, gold glittery shimmer. The doofo looks like this. Put dots of that on my hand here. As you can see, this is where all the magic happened. I used a lip defining brush actually from e.l.f. and applied the glitter. You have to go in sometimes with a couple of coats. So I think I went in with 2 coats everywhere to make the glitter more spectacular. Carefully trace along that dark pink line here. I did 4 dots. I didn't take any of the product off. I just went da da da, and then I used my finger to blend it in, so that way it adds a little shimmer. I didn't want like a ton of shimmer, since we know we got shimmer for the rest of the eye look. Last thing I did was eyeliner, which I went in with Benefit Cosmetics, their Real Xtreme Precision Liner. And mine's like fraying. I don't know if you guys can see that, but mine's fraying. So if you have any tips or whatever to get it not to fray like that, I would appreciate it, because it's really, I really like this liner. It's really easy to apply, but now that it's fraying, it's now a lot harder to apply and get that precise line. That's basically the breakdown of the eye look. I forgot to record, so I'm sincerely sorry, and I have to record this eye on Instagram. So if you want to see the tutorial of how to create this look, then check out my Instagram. I'll be posting it shortly. Since I didn't show you the eye look, I'll show you how I do other things. Just applied this First Aid Beauty. This is the Ultra Repair Oil Control Moisturizer. I also go in with the Makeup Forever Shine Control Step 1 Primer. A little bit goes a long way. I do a dot. I apply this to my T-zone area and my forehead because that's where I get the most oily. After I do moisturizer, I wait a little bit before I add the primer so that way the moisturizer can really set into my skin. So I waited maybe a minute, 45 seconds to a minute. I also add some to my nose because my nose always gets oily. After I apply this, I'm going to wait another minute or two for this to fully dry and sink into my skin, and then we'll apply some foundation. Primer and moisturizer are applied. Like I said, a little bit goes a long way. I'm gonna stop you in the middle of this video to make sure that if you like this video so far, to like and subscribe down below, and also hit the bell notification. You can be notified for when I post. I've been using the Makeup Forever HD Skin Foundation in the shade 1R02. I've been obsessed with this foundation recently. I do 2 dots on my forehead and then blend that in first. I'm going to try not to disturb the blending that we have here for the eyeshadow, so I'm not even going to go near that as much. I will a little bit lightly with the leftover foundation I have, but I don't want to mess up that blend too much. But I can always go back and fix it, so it's not that big of a deal if you do mess it up. As you can see, I'm doing stamping motions. I think it looks better when you stamp on a product rather than when you slide it and glide it all on. For this foundation, it looks a lot better when you stamp on the product. My arm does get tired, at least mine does. See how good that made my forehead look? Yes, I still got like little indents and stuff on my forehead, but it like helps to take out the redness, kind of smooth things down too, which I really like. Also, sometimes add a dot, like a little dot to the, not that little, a little dot to the middle of my forehead. Usually because this is where I get the most acne on my forehead. And then I also go here in between the brows and apply some right above the brows because that pimple there. I go in with a dot here and a small dot right here. Just go right below it, and then we can fix the blend later once again. And then the reason I put some here is because I always have a pimple right there, and I also bring it over so that way I can apply to my underneath my nose and also the corner of my nose here. A little bit of this product goes a long way, as you can see. It also helps to cover those blemishes pretty well, but I'll obviously put some concealer on top of it to make sure they're really covered. My nose is always the hardest part because my nose doesn't like to keep any foundation on top of it. It just likes to have it slide off, which is really fun, really nice. This side of the face, since I put so much on this side, I brought some over to the other side, so I don't put as much on this side. The next step is concealer. This is the concealer I used yesterday, and I really liked how it made my face look. This is from Benefit Cosmetics. This is the Boi-ing Cakeless Concealer in the shade number 2. And I'm just gonna apply that right on my bags. Apply some along the nose here, and I'm also gonna apply some to where I have pimples. I apply here too, and right here where I have a pimple right above my eyebrow. I'm gonna keep this on for a minute, and then while I have this sink in my skin, I pull out the translucent powder from CFA London, a little makeup sponge. This is my designated translucent powder sponge. You can get these off Amazon. Look up makeup sponge, and then this will pop up. I think that's enough time. Let's do my chin, and then we'll go into the forehead. I'm gonna just blend that out a little bit. Last step is obviously under the bags. Translucent powder, and grab a little bit, tap it on my hand, and then from there, I apply it everywhere. I put concealer, plus my nose. My nose always needs a little extra love. So that is the base of my face. It is time to do the under eyes. I'm gonna go in with this bright pink shade, Wild Side. I'm actually gonna apply that to my waterline. I'm gonna go in with this bright orange shade, Pride Land, and just tap it right underneath. Once that's blended out, I'm gonna go and apply some of this yellow here, the shade Circle of Life. I'm gonna apply that right below that orange. And I'm taking it on this really small brush here. Now I'm applying some lip liner. We're going in with the ColourPop Lippy Pencil in the shade Dial Up. It's this really bright pink shade. The bright pink lip liner is applied. Now I'm going to go in with this pink. This is in the shade Love Story. This is from the Makeup Revolution, the Lion King collection. I didn't use the shade yet. But what did I look to get? That's in a pink look. That looks like really pretty Barbie pink. This color is pretty pigmented, as you can see, but I think it looks really good with the bright pink lip liner that we put on. This definitely helps to brighten up the look a little bit. So now we have the final look of the day. What do you guys think? I think this is a really fun, bright look. I think it's really nice or good for summer. I think this is a nice, pretty summery eye look. I'm definitely here for it. And I love the little glitters. I love how I added little glitters. I think it definitely adds something to the look. If you liked this video, make sure to like and subscribe and hit the bell notification right next to the subscribe button so that way you can be notified whenever I post. I post a new video every Wednesday, so keep a lookout for that. Now that is all I have for you guys today. Be true, be you, be beautiful. Kelsey signing off.